Hello, good evening, everyone. How's it going today? I have a very special guest, Whistler from Theory of a Blind Man, here to tell us about his story. We'll probably share a bit of both our stories. Hello, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing.
Oh, your sound's going out a little bit. Hello?
Going out. Check, check.
Okay, there you
Hello?
go. There you go. There you are.
Weird.
Take two. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. That's the second time that I've had to just tap my microphone to get it to
work. Do you
to
think it's like a
work.
loose wire in there or something?
Maybe. I don't know. It's just. I mean,
Or maybe it's not plugged in all
I
the
haven't
way.
done anything. It sits on my mount and it just sits there. So there's nothing. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
Oh well. Hey, some of these things are just unexplained. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are here today to discuss. We're not doing that. We're here today to discuss our stories and things we've been through and to learn about you first. And well, that's our focus today. So.
Right here on the love stream.
Oh, here we go with that again. Did I write that last time? Why was that? Like, why? What was that?
Someone, it was a typo in the chat.
Oh, it was supposed to be live stream and they put love. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
some people these days, I swear.
Hey, there's a new person in the chat.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see.
May
Hey, Jose. Welcome.
Jose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, there we go. The wife of Jose O'Malley.
May, hello. Hello, lady. Welcome. Thanks for
Lady?
being here.
That's misleading because Valentine is in February, not May.
She's lying to us.
Liar.
Let's see. I think that's it. If you catch any, let me know. Alright, so...
Oh, I can't even
Wait,
pronounce
what
this
is it?
one.
Which one?
Is it
Tim.
Cuneo?
Caneo. Hi, Tim. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
I think it's Cuneo because I have a friend, Bob Cuneo, spells it the same exact way.
I could be saying his name wrong. I'm not sure. Hi, Tim.
That's kind of cool. I
I'm
wonder
glad y'all are
if they're
here.
related.
Yay. Your friend and
Yeah, I wonder if they're related.
possibly. Never
I know Cuneo, though, is like Smith. There's a
Yes.
million of them.
Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah.
Or Lee.
In the Godfather movie, Aaron, hi. Nice to have you. Welcome.
Is that double Aaron?
Hmm.
The double Aaron?
No. ERIN. Hello. What else do we have?
Hi,
think
you
that's it for
right.
now.
Who's right, Tim? Who's right? Who's right?
Is it me or is it him? Dun, 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 dun. I don't know why it would be the Mission Impossible music, but...
Oh, it's a female Aaron. ERIN. Lady! Welcome.
I'm so glad you all are here. Good turnout so far.
In the
Appreciate it.
Godfather movie.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a Cuneo in Godfather?
Meaning the last name, maybe?
I'm guessing that's what he's saying. Because Cuneo, the one that I'm thinking of, is an Italian name.
Mm-hmm. I know me. I know you are. She's friends with me on FB. I know it's your last name. We're just being silly.
Gotcha. Whoop whoop.
Yeah, yeah. Of course. She says, I'm female. Godfather rocks, Aaron says.
Yes, my feelings. Okay, gotcha.
Tim says, yes, my family was mentioned in the Godfather movie. All right. Should we get started or wait a little bit?
Let's rock.
Okay. So, start from the beginning, whatever it is you want to share, kind of your journey of how things got started, how, the story of Whistler, or, you. So, am I putting you on the spot?
Let's play.
No, I was just looking for a sound. How it's wait, repeat that again.
I said, let's talk about your story, and wherever it is you want to start. I mean, there's so much to what you've been through, how you've overcome things, and I don't know, I myself find you to be inspiring. So just maybe talk about how your vision loss, or even if you want to start before then, it's up to you. The floor is yours.
Yeah, that's the hard part, is like, where do you start? Because
Exactly.
everything can be told individually, like individual stories. I think that's what I'm used to.
Mm-hmm.
But the overall story, I don't know, it's a weird journey. Like, before I lost my sight, so pre-age of 23, I was a totally different person. I had a different personality. Way introverted. I was like, just leave me alone. I'm good.
You
And-
introverted.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Big time. I had no friends in school. I would rather...
8:07 p.m.
Matter of fact, pretty much the whole last year, well, the last half of junior and the first half of senior high, I pretty much ditched that whole year span to go to the junior college.
Oh.
I found it more involved. I found it more informational. It was sparking my brain more than high school, because high school is just a bunch of BS.
Yeah.
It
More
was
mature,
just,
maybe. Just.
yeah, it
else.
was so, I don't even know what the word is. Like, everything's a popular contest anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And it did not feed my thirst for knowledge.
Yeah. Wasn't giving you any challenge.
No, not at all. Not at all. And so out of high school, I started going to Sonoma State and the junior college, Santa Rosa Junior College, for graphic design. So
Wow.
obviously heavy in the visual arts.
Right.
And I was also working at a stone fabrication shop, and I operated a giant machine that cut the stone in designs. It was called the flow jet, water jet.
Really?
So how it worked was, it was a CAD-based system, and we would scan either an image or drawings into the computer, and we'd have to go through it and vectorize it, and then we could actually cut out anything that we drew on paper into the stone. So we did a lot of like high school auditorium medallions in the center of their courts,
Oh my goodness.
like basketball court or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Entryways, tombstones. We did a lot of those.
Really? Wow.
So that was also highly visual.
Mm-hmm.
I'm backing up a couple years. There was an incident that happened to where I was randomly attacked by somebody who later on I found out actually I played Little League Baseball with him. And what ended up happening was, it was like he pushed me into a brick wall because I was talking to a friend through their front window at their house, and underneath their front windows they had this brick wall and then a flower bed that was also made out of the brick. So he pushed me into that, and then I fell off. And then he picked up one of the bricks and then smashed it on my head, and then jumped on my head a
random?
bunch.
Just randomly did
Yeah.
this? Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, go on. I'm sorry.
And then I had no bruising, no swelling, no blood, nothing. Not even a headache after this. And so I didn't go to the doctor. But 2 years later, 2 years later, I woke up January 17th, 2003, totally blind out of my left eye.
Just like that.
Just like that. And then so I went to work. I was sitting in front of my computer, and everything was just blurry, even out of my right eye. So I drove to the hospital because no one would. No one wanted to take the time off, apparently. So I drove to the hospital. Went through like six. Yeah, it was. At that point, though, like my brain still knew depth perception.
Yeah.
So having only one eye wasn't a big deal at that time. I don't know if I would have been able to do it at night though.
Yeah, it was during the day. Okay, so
That probably would have been impossible.
right. Yeah, I can't even imagine how freaking scary.
Yeah, so I got to the hospital and did about like 5 or 6 hours of tests and more tests and more tests, and every single nurse and doctor would say, "Now cover your right eye and tell me what you see." I'm like, I told you already, I can't see out of my left eye.
Just love that. Yeah.
So annoying. So then they sent me to a retina specialist, and that's where we discovered that my retinas had actually exploded.
Ooh.
And that was, those 2 years of the damage building up. And because I'm also type 1 diabetic, they didn't heal properly. The blood vessels couldn't heal.
Oh my god.
And so they
no
just got...
idea during these 2 years that this was happening. This is insane.
Nope. Yeah. So he wanted to get in there right away and try to fix my right retina because he felt that the left one was too far gone. So he did not touch the left eye at all because he thought that with the advancements in medical technology and whatnot that it wouldn't be. He said 10 years. Come in, but go ahead.
I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. I'm so sorry. Maybe go ahead and check the comments if you'd like.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
Gotcha. May Valentine says you should do a Q&A on your channel. That would be fun. I'm guessing you're talking about Starlit. I'll let her know. Victor Hernandez. Hello, I'm here on the live stream. Yeah. That would be my first guess since you're chatting here with us. Welcome to the desert. Mutta, you blind diva. Mutta. Mutta.
I'm back. I'm sorry.
Mutta, you blind diva.
Hey, girl. Yay.
May Valentine says you should do a Q&A on your channel.
Who?
And May Valentine.
A Q&A?
Yeah.
Alright, well, people have to write in some questions. I'd be happy to do that.
That'd be cool.
That's a really great idea.
And then Victor Hernandez says, hello, I'm here in the live stream.
Hello, Victor. Nice to have you. Welcome. And
Alex. That is it.
And who else? That's it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, you were saying?
Where was I?
Oh, he said you went to the retina specialist.
Yes. And so... scheduled surgery for like the next day on my right eye to try to repair the retina, which sounds really complicated. He basically has to go in there, stitch the retina back together, insert a gas bubble so it keeps the retina in place, and since gas bubbles rise and you need to keep the retina to the back of your eye, you got to keep your head down for 6 to 8 weeks.
Jeez, this sounds complicated and horrible.
Yeah, so I had to actually do that 3 times.
3 times.
So approximately 24 weeks of keeping my head down.
You gotta be kidding.
And even still to this day, I'll find myself with my head down just out of habit.
So meaning face forward, just
Yeah.
for our viewers. Okay. Wow. During the 2 years before you knew anything, were you experiencing migraines? Anything? Any sign at all looking back on it?
Nope.
No? No blurred
Nothing.
vision, no flashes, nothing.
Nope. Nothing.
Damn. Okay.
I mean, the morning that I woke up blind out of my left eye, it was when I rolled over on my back, I could see blood floating to the front of my right eye.
Wow, I can't even. That's crazy. And so.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that would freak me out. That's crazy. Okay, so then what happened?
So the retina surgeries, the gas bubble,
Right.
actually gave me cataracts.
So you
So-
had a reaction from, not a reaction, but what would you call that?
Side effect?
Side effect. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, had a side effect which gave me cataracts. And then, so they went in. I think it was a laser that they used to break up the old lens, the cataracts, and then they vacuum it out. They make a small incision, they vacuum it out, and then they put in a fake lens, but it's like folded in half, and they put it in through that previously cut hole, and then unfold it. Now, their big selling point, I don't know why they felt the need to tell me this, but their big selling point for this cataract surgery was the lens is made from the same material as the early 20th century Spitfire airplanes in World War II.
Oh, okay.
It's like, okay, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how's that? I don't know. I don't get stuff like that. Like, it's supposed to make you feel better or something.
Yeah. That surgery actually gave me really good central vision for about 4 or 5 months. Then the hooks that hold the lens in place gave me glaucoma.
It's like one thing after another.
Yeah.
Jeez, one thing that's supposed to help you, then no, that's crazy.
What's funny too is the sign your life away forms before the surgeries. Each one of those had those preceding issues as the possible side effects.
I hate
So-
to say this, but with the medical field, because I really trust them so little, I feel like they purposely do these things sometimes, and maybe they don't, and sometimes I'm just like, I mean, just for money, that's all I think about, you know? Of course I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I don't know. Today, it seems like that stuff would be a lot harder, especially with all the malpractice how easily malpractice can be proven nowadays.
I
You know-
guess, but it seems hard to sue because they all kind of stick up for each other on the board. I think you'd have a hard time, like, but I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
So yeah, glaucoma. So I had to have what's called an Ahmed valve installed into my eyeball in the globe of my eye. It's like a little valve, pressure releasing valve, to keep the eye pressure down. Now there was a lot of stuff that had happened in between these major surgeries. Like there's this one time where my the chamber in my eye, in the front of my eye, had actually collapsed, and it was putting pressure on the nerve endings.
Oh my god.
And I was in the doctor's office, fortunately, when that happened. And since we weren't at a emergency room or anything, we're just in a doctor's office. There was no sterilization or nothing. But he took this, this tube of artificial vitreous fluid and cut open my eye and injected it in there
Shit.
to reshape the eye.
You must have been in so much
That
pain. Like,
hurt
I can't
so
even, yeah.
bad. Like, my sister was there because she had to take me. She's like, you're white as it is, but you went 50 shades whiter.
Oh my god.
I thought I was gonna pass out.
I don't know how you didn't. I would have been laid out.
So, oh, there's another time too, way back in the beginning. After one of the retina surgeries, I went into a checkup, and that's when my eye pressure started going up really high. And he's like, okay, so I need you to look to the left and don't move.
Look to the left and don't move. Okay.
Look to the left and with your eyes only, look to your left and don't move. And then I felt a little prick in my eye. And then I heard, wait, hold on. And then I heard he pulled a plunger out of a syringe and stuck it in my eye to relieve the pressure. It was so awkward. It was so awkward.
What did it like? Did you feel that? I mean, I know you felt the pressure, but did you feel it coming out? Like, did you feel that when you heard it?
No, just heard it. Just heard it.
That is so much.
What else was there? I went through like 12 laser surgeries after everything was said and done.
12.
And what was funny is I was going in for my 13th laser surgery, and I just called him like a substitute doctor. It was my doctor was out on vacation or something, so I go in, getting prepped, and the doctor's actually reading my chart, and he says, "Oh, we can't do this." I'm like, what do you mean?
What are you talking about? Yeah.
Well, we shouldn't be doing laser surgeries on a diabetic.
And you had 12.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, well,
See?
Jesus,
What
man,
the
I've already had
hell?
12.
Right. And this is just being told to you now? Like, see that?
Yeah, did you guys not read my chart before?
See, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like, come on. Not pretty obvious. Wow.
It's crazy because that particular hospital, Kaiser in Santa Rosa, I dreaded going there. Every time I went there, something
Else
happened.
Yeah.
But the Kaisers out here where I live now, awesome.
Yeah, I've
Like,
heard
I've
good
never-
things about out here as well, Kaiser.
So, hey, Willie Rosado.
Depends.
So that whole period of like surgeries and laser surgeries and whatnot, that was about 8 months. 8 months time. So by the end of
That'd be so mentally draining.
it was a toll.
Yeah.
It was definitely a toll. By the end of that summer 2003, I was totally blind, with the exception of remnant lights from the surgeries.
So explain that. I mean, you just see.
Yeah, I just see
there, or?
lights like not flashing, but they're in certain shapes, and they're all symmetrical. No matter what shape they're in. First of all, there's like stereogram type shapes, and they're all kind of like pastel type colors: blue, green, purple, and red. But they're always there.
And this would be
Always.
in both eyes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, in my right eye, but since your eyes kind of cross over, it ends up. To me, it looks like they're in both eyes, but they're not.
That's a lot to go through. I mean, how are you?
Yeah.
How were you dealing with this, like, during this time? Like, what was helping you to cope with all of this? Or were you just kind of going through the motions?
I was pretty much just going through it. Like, I really had no control over what was happening, so I just went with it.
Yeah.
And in the moment, it seemed like everything was going by so fast. Like, I didn't really have time to think about anything.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Even up until... So this started happening January 17th. And I actually moved to the import slab yard, the granite slab yard warehouse job. Same owner of the company that I was working at, but obviously I couldn't do that detailed stuff, so
Right.
I went to work at the warehouse where they have these giant slabs where customers come out and pick the slabs, and then we take the slabs, put them on the truck, and then the truck takes it down to the fab shop. So I was actually operating a 3-tier 26,000-pound forklift.
How?
Basically memory.
No way.
Yep. I would load and unload these giant slabs, and each single slab was on average 6 feet by 10 feet.
Shit. That's crazy.
That's on average.
Oh
you
my
know,
God.
several hundred pounds each.
And you're how? I'm still stuck on how.
My friend AJ, who worked there with us, on downtime, what he would do is he would take his keys and just throw them out in the yard somewhere, and I would pay attention. And that's how I honed my hearing. Really, it was day in and day out. Yeah.
That's insane. How long did you do that for?
I stopped working in January, February, March, April. I think the beginning of May.
That. Oh, okay.
2003. Yeah.
2003. Yeah.
So about 5 months into my blindness. I can relate to too much to that was said. Good, Victor. I'm glad. It
Same
makes my
here.
storytelling a lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine. That's a lot to go through. And Victor says so graphic. What's real?
Actually, Aaron, the where my chamber collapsed, that was the only thing that I could say was painful for me. It was just that thing made everything else seem like just ripping off a Band-Aid or something.
You can hear that? You know what? Let me close my window really quick. I'll be right back. Hold on one second.
I got to see the PS5 System at Best Buy. Buy it! Buy it, Willie! Buy it, because supposedly it's way more accessible than the PS4. Whoops. Sorry to hear that, dude. That's part of the story too, is that
I'm back.
going through all that, going blind, and like I said, I was a completely different person before. Now it's a would that be a catch-20? Yeah, it's kind of a catch-22, because if I hadn't gone through all that and get where I am today, then I wouldn't know any of you here right now. I wouldn't have YouTube channels. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. So my life has completely changed, and I feel for the better. But
Wow.
thank you. Oh, same to you, Aaron.
So then, what happened in your journey after that? So your job, you worked at the slab thingy.
Yeah, so I left there around April, May, and then started blind training.
Where at?
And what was really weird is there was a really big blind center, covers the whole Northern California area on the West Coast. It's called Earl Baum Center for the Blind. It was less than a mile from my house.
Shut up. Really?
Yeah. I had just moved into that place the previous August as well.
That's weird.
So all these things aligned just right.
Yeah.
I could walk to the blind center.
Crazy how that stuff happens in life. It's,
Mm-hmm.
it's so gets me.
I did a lot of stuff there too. Like, I actually got their last Volunteer of the Year award and got recognized at the Sonoma County Volunteers. Blah 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 blah.
Really?
I don't know what it was. Yep. And then I also started the Tandem. I co-started the Tandem cycling program with a guy named Steven Koza, who actually rode with Team Discovery, one of Lance Armstrong's teams.
Wow.
So I got a bunch of bikes donated to the program. I also helped start the gardening program and the beat baseball program.
Congratulations. Just a few things, huh?
And yeah. I participated in the drum circle and art history class we had as well. Oh, and tap class. I actually did tap dance. I felt it was okay because everyone's blind, so I wouldn't look like an idiot.
You're funny. How long
Only
did you
reason
do
why I
that for?
did it.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
You're like, you have to ask me about that in particular?
Well, okay, so here's a story behind tap dance. The teacher, that was the
Ooh.
what would you call that? The not bonus. Like tap dancing was the bonus. I mean, not bonus, but so I can't think of the word that I'm trying to think of. But anyway, I had a huge crush on her. Her name was Denise.
Mm-hmm.
And so she convinced me to take tap class. And I did.
Denise. Mm-hmm.
So.
Hey. So now we know why Whistler was tap dancing.
Yep.
That's pretty cool though, honestly. How long did you do it for?
Probably a few years. I was going there. I started at the end of 2003, and I was there until probably 2009.
Wow.
Yeah, because I had moved way out of the area, and I moved into county area, and the transportation was just horrible.
Oh, of course. That's crazy. What was your heart in all of that? Like, what meant the most to you? You said you started the Tandem program. You started all of these things. Like, what really, impacted you? Or was it all of it? The hard one.
Yeah, I want to say the people. There's almost two classes of people there. There was the paid employees, and then the rest of us. And it was very clear that they were paid, and we were just there.
Yeah.
Whether you're a student or a volunteer employee, it was very clear, and it made for a kind of a tumultuous environment.
Yeah. So how so would you say that you felt that way? Like, what made you feel that way?
Well, the director, Alan Brenner, I still think he embezzled, but who knows? Whatever. You'd be doing something, and then all of a sudden he'd just be there. Like over your shoulder, or watching what people are doing, and it was just like he was spying on
Micromanaging
everything. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, micromanaging everything. And he would just stop by in the middle of someone's class, like tech class or something, and
Just because.
So annoying.
That's crazy. So how did you get the Tandem program started? I'm curious about that. Tandem bike.
So Steven, he ended up coming to he wanted to start something. So he was trying to find a blind person that wanted to ride. I was like, hell yeah, I'll ride. But then we had to start doing the work of getting donated bikes. I got 2 from CoMotion donated. Those are $15,000 bikes. Like, they were top of the line. They weighed like 6 pounds.
Wow.
Street bikes. Steve and I got one of them up to 60 miles an hour going on a slight downhill.
Crazy. Sheesh. That is crazy.
It was such a we were going so fast. I felt like a slight vertigo. I felt like I was parallel with the ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was really weird.
That part sounds a little bit off, like just not comfortable at all. But it also liberating.
We ended up getting like, I want to say, so the 2 CoMotions, and then just kind of like random old, we don't use these anymore type tandem bikes, like 12 of those, and then a couple recumbent bikes. So we had tons of bikes, and then so every I can't remember which day it was, but usually once a week we did this whole crew and just go out biking. And like I said, my house was less than a mile away, and I lived at the end of the city limits, right next to where a path started that went into the next city over. So it was this long 10-mile paved path just for bikers and walkers and runners.
Yeah.
So that was right there. So that was really handy for the program.
Wow, that's insane. That is cool. Really impressive too, how you got all those bikes.
It actually wasn't it wasn't that hard. All I gotta do is play the blind card. Oh my god, blind people want... Sure, we'll donate these.
That's so hard for me to do. But yeah, I get it. That's good. You did it though. You made it happen.
Yeah.
Tell us more. So then what happened?
So that was pretty much it for the Earl Bomb Center, and then
is that still up today, by the way? Is it still?
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, they actually do. Well, actually, I don't know. I haven't followed anything that they've been doing in the last year or so, but they were having these Taste of Sonoma County concerts in the summer. And it did really well for them. I don't know if they still do it, though.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of funny because about that time when I got that Volunteer of the Year award, which is like... Oh, wait, let me back up to 2005.
All right, back it up.
So that's when I just about started to volunteer.
Okay.
I pretty much did everything that I could with their instructors. So I was pretty much teaching myself after that.
Yeah.
And so then I was volunteering every day in the volunteer center, which was the original farmhouse of the property. Earl Baum, it is said that he is the nephew or cousin of the person that wrote Wizard of Oz.
Really?
I don't know. But he was blind, and his 2 sisters were blind. And so he was traveling from Oregon down to San Francisco to mine for gold, but stopped off in Sonoma County and just fell in love with it. So he made his farm. And he would actually take rope and put the rope up from like the door to different parts of the farm so he can get around and do his farming.
Wow. It'd be like something that he would trail to find his way.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clever.
So then, where was I going with that? I started off with one story, went on another one.
You said you were volunteering 2005.
Right. And so what I would do is people would come in and want a tour of the place. So I'd give all the tours. And these 2 guys came in this one time, and it was a different tour. Like, they were asking me a lot of questions about blindness. And then at the end of it, they said, hey, do you want to roll in our movie?
What?
I was like, tell me more. So we sat down for a couple hours, and yeah, it was a short indie film called State of Grace. It was about a middle school or high school girl who is blind, and she's about to go through a surgery to get her eyesight back. And so the whole premise of the story is dealing with her friends and family that are not necessarily her family, but at least her friends who are blind at the blind school. And this blind center is the blind school.
Okay.
So how are her friends going to deal with her getting her eyesight back? Are they still going to be friends? You know, those types of things. And they wanted me to play Pill, the co-star, like her best friend in school.
Okay.
So that was it. I was the only blind person on set because they needed someone to consult. Like, how would a blind person act this? Yeah, so I was the token blind person.
They should always get blind people to play blind people.
You would think, yeah. So everybody else was, what's it called? Crippin' up, it's called now. I guess that's the Oxford definition of...
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, that's the actual definition now for someone who is acting disabled.
I don't like it. I'm not for that. Like,
Neither am I.
Because I feel like this. People who are acting a certain part like us, like they just come off as stupid. They don't get it. And I'm not trying to insult anyone, but I've been kind of offended by how other people play blind people. And then in movies, when people are like, who goes there? Like, who says that?
Yeah.
Who says stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of disabled to play disabled people.
Yeah.
Like, there are plenty of really good Cuban actors that you don't need Al Pacino, of all people, playing a Cuban. You know, it's just like, come on.
Yeah, I never agreed with that. I was putting more lip gloss on. My lips are dry. Oh my god. Yeah, that's always gotten to me. Okay, so that's exciting though. How was that?
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, huh? I bet.
What sucks about that story is I've been trying to find a copy of the DVD. And no matter who I call, no one's got a copy. And Tim Bellin, the director of the movie, won't return. Actually blocked me on Facebook when I tried to get a hold of him.
What's that about?
No one else that I met, Steve, his brother, Nancy, his wife, no one else will return my messages. Check this shit out. When you look up State of Grace on the IMDb website, my name is nowhere mentioned. So the only proof that I have that I was in the movie is if someone recognizes me, plus the credits on the actual movie. It's like they removed me from the credits.
They used you in a way. Like, that's how...
Yeah.
That's wrong. So I don't even see how people can sleep sleep at night knowing that or doing that. Being a part of it. That's crazy.
The only thing I can think of is I'm not SAG. So maybe that's why.
Maybe. Did you get paid for it, or?
No, it was all volunteer.
Oh, okay.
I don't think many people got paid.
Yeah. That doesn't make any sense.
With my fear of going totally blind, I feel optimistic. And hopeful if it ever comes to it. Victor. So I guess Victor is visually impaired and has that fear of going totally blind, but is optimistic.
Kind of told me a little bit about his story.
Yeah.
Aaron said I've subscribed to you as well, too. Myself or Whistler, whoever. Yay.
Well, as well, So
well
she's
to
talking to
you.
one of us because she already has for the other.
Yeah. Thank
So-
you, Erin.
That's cool. Thank you. Do y'all plan on going live first? I used to go live every Friday. A lot of us go live on Fridays.
What
We
I'd
got-
like to do is, I'm sorry.
Good.
I'm sorry. What I would like to do is start having shows on Fridays. I'm not saying it will be every Friday because I don't want to commit to that, promise it, and it not happen. But I would like to, I have a few ideas, but I definitely would like to have Friday shows going forward.
I think I would too, because even though I've got dialysis in the morning on Saturdays at 5 a.m.,
Damn.
it seems like I always wake up at 1 a.m. the night before dialysis and I can't go back to sleep.
It's
So,
like your body knows.
yeah.
That's crazy. How's that been going, by the way? And like, if you want, continue with your story and let us know how you got there.
Yeah, that's just recent too.
Right.
So, yeah, we'll jump around a little bit. Jump around.
Well, no, okay, so you did
Jump
the
up,
movie.
jump up, and get down. Did the movie, that was what did I say, 2005-ish.
Mm-hmm.
No, it had to be 2004 because I got my guide dog in 2005.
Was that the one, what's his name?
Dupont.
There you go. Oh my
Dupont.
god. All fancy and schmancy and stuff.
Dupont.
And he was a German Shepherd, right?
Yeah. A tricolored sable saddleback German fucking shepherd.
And he was huge, huh?
Huge. 30 inches at the shoulders.
Yeah, he's big. That's a nice size.
So yeah, I got the guide dog 2005. Went to a couple awards ceremonies in 2006 and 2008 for the movie. That was pretty cool.
Say that again. For some reason, my headphone cut out there.
Got to go to a couple award ceremonies for the movie
Oh,
in
wow.
2006 and 2008.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Met absolutely no one that I know, like name-wise, in movies.
Yeah.
They're all, like IFCs or indie film award ceremonies.
Where were those held at, the ceremonies?
One was in the Sonoma Valley Film Festival Auditorium. And the other one was in North Santa Rosa, the Airport Boulevard.
Wow.
What was it called? I can't remember the name of that one. But the Sonoma Valley Film Festival, we took first place for Best Indie Film.
Congratulations. Amazing. I'm sorry, Erin says she deals with mental illness. Totally understand that.
You guys should have gone Union.
Say again?
Victor says you guys should have gone Union.
Yeah.
You can do it. So the movie, and then, so I think the biggest point to take away, everybody says, how did you do it? How did you stay positive or whatever? How did you get through it?
Yeah, exactly.
I think I kept myself so busy, there was no time to realize what had happened. And I didn't have any kind of issue until much later on, 2010 actually. And it happened at a blind convention of all places. So I was in this hotel in Burlingame in the Bay Area. And I just had a mental break. I was fucking done. There was so much going on.
So kind of explain what happened there, if you want to go into it.
I don't know what triggered me, but I do remember that I was on the way to my hotel room, and that's pretty much when I blacked out.
Oh my god.
And it just felt like an elephant sitting on me. And then I woke up, I don't know how much longer, in my room with my friends there, a couple of my friends who were there with me. And they said I was crying like a little baby.
Oh, well, there's nothing wrong with that. It all got to you. It hit you.
Yeah, I just had to let it go.
It probably built up so much, like you said. You were keeping your mind occupied. You weren't dwelling on it, but it was building up inside. I mean, come on. That's a lot to go through.
Yeah, and when I was going to guide dog school to get DuPont, back then it was a 28-day program. But the first week in, my longtime girlfriend had come down and broken up with me while I was at guide dog school.
Oh, that's nice. So that helped.
Yeah, so when I got done with class, and she didn't come pick me up either. So it was like about an hour away from the house to Centerville.
Wow.
Marin County. And so fortunately I met someone there who drove me home. And then when I got home, most of my stuff was out in the driveway.
Damn.
And then when I went inside to get all my office stuff, on my office desk were love letters. On my desk. For like a year or so. So it had been happening for a while. And right in front of my nose. Like, if I wasn't blind, that was a slap in the face. Like,
love letters that she was cheating for a year.
Yeah. Yep.
What?
Yeah.
And you had no clue?
No clue.
See, I would sense it as soon as anything happened. There were a few incidents that happened in my relationship. I mean, it happened. What's real is real, and I would have a feeling, or they were typing on the computer. I knew something was going. I always knew. I don't know if it was God, the universe. I always knew when something was going on. You had nothing. You didn't feel anything.
I think I was keeping myself distracted.
Okay, and you had a lot going on. You had so much going on.
Yeah, I mean, everything was just so fresh.
Damn, I'm sorry. So then, what happened?
How
did you deal with that? Like, what did you? I don't even know how to ask.
Well, I think that's what happened. Is like in 2010 when I was at the hotel, I think everything was just so compounded. It was the floodgates broke.
Yeah, everything just came out.
Yeah. And then I got divorced that same year.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's definitely a lot to go through. That's insane. I don't even know what to ask you from that, because that's just heavy.
It was. But coming out on the other side, that's when everything really started taking off.
Okay, so what happened?
So then, from the hotel, I literally moved to Folsom, where my parents were living. And that had to do with my marriage, that was another. So basically, what had happened is that she lied about being pregnant, and what happened. So it was just it was a total mind fuck. Like, it could have gone one way, it could have gone the other way, but either way, she was fucking with my head. So I was out.
How long was she lying to you about being pregnant? Like, how did you not pick up on that?
Oh, a few months.
Okay. I don't even know how people lie about that sort of thing, but okay. So then.
And there was a couple times too before that. So the red flags, in retrospect, she had said that she was pregnant, but then, within an hour, she was like, "No, Planned Parenthood messed it up." That happened twice.
How does that even make sense? They messed up the test?
Yeah, they switched them or
So-
something, or
they're
misread
pregnant.
them
Oh,
or something.
just kidding. No, that doesn't. Okay.
Yeah.
You can have false negatives at home, but I don't know about the clinics. I don't know. Maybe once in a while, but twice? You said?
I don't think so. Like every
I
single
don't think so.
person that I talked to after the fact,
No, that's a lie.
yeah, people were just like, no, that's bullshit. That doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't have. Like, I've never heard that happening.
Um,
Crazy.
So yeah, so her and I divorced.
Mm-hmm.
I moved to Folsom, and like right off the bat, I met. So we have a blind center in Sacramento called Society for the Blind, and so I just went down there to like pretty much just volunteer. But the structure there was so much different than the Earl Baum Center. We weren't really welcome at
Really?
Society unless you were working there or taking a class. Like there's no socializing or nothing. So I started a group called Valley of the Blind.
Okay.
And there's 4 people initially, and there's hundreds now in that group. And basically what we do is we go to whatever we want to do. Like if we want to go see a movie, we'll go as a group, go to the park and listen to concerts in the park. Basically,
That's so cool.
yeah, anything to socialize, to get out of the house, at the same time be noticed, because holy shit, there's 50 blind people coming. What do we do? You know, it starts
Yeah.
conversation. We get to educate.
Yeah, exactly. Awareness.
And then 2012 I went or participated or attended ATI, Access Technology Institute, and got myself certified as a tech instructor for blind people.
Sweet. How long did that take?
Um,
And was that hard? Was that a challenge?
I want to say no, it was,
No, I figured not.
no.
Not
I
for
think
you.
13 months, 1 month
bad.
per module.
Mm.
Um,
Bad.
but what sucked about it is I didn't get a job in that field until just this past year.
And how many
Like
years ago was that?
Society for the Blind, 2012, so almost 10 years.
2012. Yeah. Okay.
I applied so many times at Society for the Blind, and then just like, yeah. Even though I have the highest graduating score at ATI listed on their website.
It's like it didn't matter.
Nope.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about. That's insane. It shouldn't be that way. Like, you
Yeah.
worked for that. And got that
Yep.
high of an acknowledgement. Like, come on.
Oops. Yeah, it was a joke. But, I mean, in the end, it worked out. Like,
It did.
I've got a really good group of people that I work with, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's honestly, that right there is giving some people hope, because I know it took a long time, but you're there.
Yeah.
You're working now. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that blind and low vision people can do. It's just a matter of finding that one that kind of aligns with what you love to do.
It's been very hard for me. Super, super hard. I gotta keep trying.
Yep.
It's a numbers game. Gotta keep going.
I think from 2000, I used to keep track of this, but after a certain number, I just started estimating.
Yeah.
Since 2003, when I lost my sight,
Mm-hmm.
at least until 4 years ago, I had over 1,100 something jobs that I had applied for. And I knew from that I got 10 responses. And of those, I got 1 phone call. Never had an in-person.
Insane. See,
Mhm.
exactly. I don't even know how many interviews and applications I filled out. I don't know. I can't even. So many.
Yep.
How'd you even keep track of that?
Numbers, I just know
Yeah, some people have that.
for some reason.
Makes sense. So how's that job going for you? How do you feel about it? Do you enjoy it?
I do, because I get to teach people. That's the biggest thing that I like to do.
Yeah.
No matter what field it's in, if it's tech or what, but I don't know, just like I always thought that if I knew back when I first lost my sight, if I knew back then what I knew now, I'd be way farther ahead of myself.
Do you know how many times, especially in this past week, I told myself that?
So if I can help newly blind or visually impaired people, then it makes it worth it. Like all the students that I have had ends up calling the Blind Center to praise what they've learned. Just like it's life changing, and you know, all this positivity stuff.
I believe it.
And it was me that taught him that. Blind beard, I'm busy.
Being paged. He's being paged. No, but I mean, you really are good at teaching people. You're helping me learn this StreamYard business stuff. I know it's not all that complicated, but you know how it is. Well, maybe you don't, because you're really good at learning websites and things, but you're really helping me out, so thanks for that.
Of course.
Pretty awesome. So what is it that you do teach?
So far I've taught iOS, both iPhone and iPad, and Apple computer.
Nice. So basically accessibility, right? Like accessibility training.
Yeah, voiceover training.
Voiceover training. Okay.
Yeah. Well, actually,
It's more to it than that.
I've done voiceover and Zoom magnification, because I figured out how you can do both.
Wow.
What was that?
That was.
Ding ding.
You heard that? Yeah, that was my phone. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was so close. I thought it was in my head.
Am I losing it? I forgot to put my phone on mute. Bad host. Bad.
It sure gives me hope. Well, good, Victor. I'm glad.
That's good.
I'm glad. There's so much that I think as the blind community, as blind people or visually impaired people, we hold against ourselves, because we think inside that, oh, we're blind, we can't do this, that, or the other thing.
Yeah.
But especially with technology,
We can.
yeah. I mean, I love to edit videos. Who would have thunk? A blind guy editing videos. What
He's
the
edited
fuck?
7 videos on my channel. It's 7, by the way, because you did
Oh, is
6
it?
workout videos and you did the unboxing.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the unboxing.
Remember? Yeah. That was pretty awesome. And then all the stuff on his channel, so please go to his channel, whoever hasn't. The link's in the description.
Chris says, I'll teach you how to stunt as a blind person. There you go. See, there's another example right there, Victor. C-Dub's Blind Life. He rides
Chris?
crotch rockets. He puts together imports.
Rockets.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Street bikes. So, yeah, there is a lot we can do.
You can also
Like, I
check
still
out-
put together my computers, too.
you
I'm
can
sure
also
it's...
check out C-Dub's Blind Life as well. He's got his own channel, too.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying? You're sure that... Did you forget?
What?
You were about to say, I'm sure that.
Yeah, I forgot.
I forget.
Yeah, it's gone.
Happens. But yeah, that is hope. You just got to keep pushing through, like, no matter how hard it is. I made some mugs that I was selling, and I should continue to do it, but I was putting little quotes of my own on there. And one of them is, let your struggles be your strength. And I truly believe in that. And I didn't see it as much a long time ago as I do now. But our struggles we go through is our power. Like, literally. It's what gives us the motivation to do the things that we do. Without it, we wouldn't be the same people. I'm not trying to be Oprah or anything, but it's the truth. One of the reasons, and I'm about to go nerdy here, but I love Game of Thrones. I relate with the Mother of Dragons. The reason I do, in that show, she uses her disadvantage to her advantage. And I believe that in doing that in the right ways, not taking advantage of anyone, not, doing it in any wrong ways, but if you let what you've gone through fuel you in the right ways, you can't, I don't know, you just can't go wrong with that. Like, because you have to push yourself somehow. You can't just let it weigh you down like I did for so many years, even up until recently. I only recently gained the strength that I have now, or saw it within myself. Do you hear something?
That.
My dog, Chunky.
Oh.
They can hear you.
That's
ma'am.
funny. That's
Hold on
funny.
one sec. Let me get her. You know what she does? She has the same. She's a dog. My sister's dog is the dad, and he has the same thing. Like, he'll put his nose right underneath the door and do that thing that you're hearing to let you know she wants to come in. She won't bark. She won't cry. She'll do
That's
that
funny.
noise. Hold on one sec.
That's funny.
Chunky. I'm doing the live and I can literally hear you. Would you like to come say hello in the stream? Come here. Hold on, let me put my headphones back on. Come here, Chunky. Come here. Come here. I'm holding her now. She's like a fat little Yorkie, and she's saying hello. This is Chunky right here. She has her little paw up. All right. You can go. You had your 15 seconds of fame. She's a sweetheart, though, that dog. And you're not going to come in here to bark, and I don't have to pick you back up. You need to lay down, ma'am. Lady.
Lady?
Oh, you know what it is?
Hmm.
Watch, she's gonna bark when I ask her. Do you need to go outside? Do you need to go outside? Oh, because I said you're gonna bark, you're not going. Hold on.
Murphy's Law.
Come on. Let's go. Outside. Outside, come on.
My cats do crazy things too. Yeah, usually I've got my cat in here named Bug, and she's usually making noise when I go live. I don't know where she's at. Maybe she's asleep. Lol. She's so freaking cute. Oh, I didn't ask, but Aaron, do you have a visual impairment too? So that is Chunky. Cute. Yep, that is Chunky. And I think she's got another dog named Cookie. So, Chunky Cookie. Go figure. Oh.
Oh my goodness. I
Love
do
her name.
apologize. I'm back.
I was just telling him about your other dog's name.
Cookie?
Mm-hmm.
I named her.
No, I don't.
Hmm?
I asked Erin if she had a visual impairment, and she does not.
Okay.
It was very stern. No, I don't. According to my screen reader. See, this is another thing.
How dare you?
This is another thing that we have to deal with as blind people who use screen readers, is just the lack of humanity in the text. Like, no, I don't. Like, for some reason in my mind, it sounds just like, no, I don't, you fucking idiot.
But that's not how she meant it.
No, I'm sure not.
Right.
I have panic disorder and depression. That is unfortunate.
That is really tough.
Smoke weed every day.
Right? No, I seriously.
That's what I do.
I've been really wanting some to see if that works. Like even like a strong CBD.
Get some gummies. That'll work.
My oldest son struggles with anxiety and depression, but more so anxiety. And
the thing with CBD and gummies, though, that you got to be careful of is it'll take a while to find the balance point of where
I know, yeah, that's
you're like totally stoned and munching out on Doritos all day long, or it doesn't work because you didn't do enough.
Right. Now I wouldn't, I'm saying for myself, but I'm just saying I'm familiar with all that because he's been, that I know of, struggling with it for about 3 years now, and I found out July 13th of 2018 is the first time that I found out, and my son's okay with me talking about it because I have respect for my kids and always ask them if it's okay, and he said of course it is. So he's very strong. He's come a long way. He just graduated high school, and I can't tell you how proud of that kid I am.
Yeah,
I'm extremely proud of him. Akira rocks. So does Ayani Naden. my daughter, and my other son. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
And herniated discs in her neck and back.
That's painful. Wow.
That's like the perfect condition for
I'm not seeing new comments. This is weird.
Look for the new comments button, which would be right above the text field to write a chat. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I put in the chat one of my quotes that I came up with.
You did? Okay.
I did.
What is it?
Yes. I ask not what a blind man sees. Ask what a sighted man does not see.
That's wise. Wise words right there.
I thought so. I think I just watched the whole moon speech by JFK at that point.
Really?
Ask not what your government can do for you. Ask what you can do for your government. Cookie is a cute name too.
Thank you. She was so tiny when I got her originally. I bought her from my sister. My sister was selling the pups, and I got her. She just stuck out to me, and now she's like super annoying, but I love her. She's the loudmouth, the diva, the one that must have the first and last word. Bark. And then Chunky, I wasn't meant to have. Chunky's her sister. They're from the same litter, but from birth she was a really oversized. She looked like a round ball of fur, an oversized Yorkie. And so my niece and nephews, they named her Chunky. And what happened was they were also moving at the same time. So I watched their pit bull and all of their Yorkies. Okay, so the mom, the dad, and 3 babies that they had. They had a little brother too, which someone got and lost him. I should have had him too, but whatever. So what happened with Chunky was for 7 months they tried to sell her. Nobody wanted her because people are shallow, and she's so big, and Yorkies are supposed to be like tiny, and that's the whole thing. And she had an overbite and everything. So by 7 months, my niece calls me again. She's like, "Can I get Chunky? I'm gonna try to take her to the swim." And I'm like, no, not anymore. She's mine now." And she's like, "Huh?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean, we love her, and she's been bonding with her sister, and after that's almost a year. Come on."
Yeah, really.
Like, I've been paying for her food, and it wasn't a thing. She was just like, "Really? You want her?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like, I've been taking care of her. So, and I thank God I kept her because she reminds me so much of my first dog, Silly, who was a Lhasa Apso. A family friend of ours, when I was losing my sight, she got her for me. And this dog was already 6 years old. She was abused. So our family friend, rescued her and gave her to me. And I swear she helped me through that time. That's what helped me through, was her. Believe it or not, as crazy as that sounds. That was my first dog. And she was amazing. Like, I can't even tell you. I'll tell you one short story. One day my dad couldn't find her. I was at school. And did I tell you this already? Did I tell you this story?
One day at school? I don't think so. Doesn't sound familiar.
Okay, so I was at school and my dad was freaking out because he couldn't find Silly. And so he goes out to the bus stop where, I take the bus home. And when he goes out to the bus stop, there's Silly sitting with the leash in her mouth waiting for me. And so he's like, oh, you little shit, But I got out of the bus and he acted like nothing happened. Like, oh, yeah, me and Silly were just waiting for you the whole time right here. And and she knew I was blind. No kind of training or anything. She knew I was going blind. So when I put the leash on her, she wouldn't let me walk too near the street of the curb. And she wouldn't let me walk on the grass of the sidewalk. Like, she was little, but she made sure that I was okay, which is amazing.
Yeah, before I got DuPont, I had a border collie, and she was pretty much the same way. Like,
really?
I don't know how
they
know that.
They're smart.
That kind of thing, though. It's like, she would stop at curb cuts. She would stop for traffic. She would go to a door and point, like a pointer, to the door handle.
Really? How do you mean? Like with her paw?
No, with her face, with her nose. Yeah, because I used to take her on walks every single day, and it wasn't that long. It was probably just a couple days that she picked up on what I needed to know.
She was paying attention to your movement and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
It's incredible. And what kind of dog did you say? Border collie.
Border
They're
collie.
Smart. They're like
I love border
top
collies.
of the line of that brain power. They're super smart.
Yeah.
With poodles, very, very smart, and shepherds.
Yep.
Those are amazing dogs. That's so cool.
Dub's Blind Life, aka Chris, says the quote I live by is the quote I made up, and that would be no limits. Wait, no limits. You're only limited to what you limit yourself to. That is true.
Yeah.
That is, and you know what? I am going to limit myself to drag racing because I think
you're not gonna do it. I still want to go on a motorcycle though. Like my dad was a biker. He loved motorcycles, and my cousins and things like that. I wish someone would. I want to get some gear, and I wish someone would take me for a bike ride. I would love to feel that throttle again. Don't be nasty, people. But it's just something freeing about being on the bike, and it sucks. I can't drive it, but you can. I can't, but there are double-seater bikes. Come on.
Yeah.
And I want to do that so bad. I love bikes. I love the sound, the feel, everything.
Aaron says, I love that.
Trustworthy bikers out there?
Well, I mean, so I was actually going to be in another movie that never got funded, but I was playing the role of a biker. And all I had to do basically was ride a Harley straight. No big deal. Pull my gun out, pop a couple blanks off, and ride off.
And you get to...
But it never went through. But what I did was, we got this place here in Sacramento called Swabby's on the River.
Okay.
It's where all the HA guys go to hang out. And so I went down there.
HA?
Hell's Angels. So I went down there for like 6 months
Should have
and
known that.
just hung out with them. Get a feel for the swag,
Yeah.
get a feel for the lingo, that sort of thing, just for the role. And I meet a lot of really, really cool people. I met a lot of really cool people. Still friends with a bunch of them.
A lot of bikers are very cool people.
Yeah.
I really love them.
Yeah.
I also, as a blind person, I don't care. I would like to go to a shooting range. Like, my dad was into guns, and he collected guns, and I want to know how that feels. I just want to try.
Yeah, just go to a shooting range. I'm sure you got one down there in the desert.
Yeah, it's just about them, you know, being open to letting me do that.
Yeah, I guess so. Blind Rifle Association.
What? Never even heard of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a Blind Rifle Association in tandem with the National Rifle Association.
Have you heard of a guy? He's on my friends list. Declan Ryan.
Declan. That sounds familiar.
He's a really cool dude. If you ever see this, hello, Declan. He's visually impaired, but he's like really well trained in shooting. It's like his thing. He knows everything about the ins and outs, just like Chris knows cars and stuff like that. Like, his guns is his passion. So I should ask him how but he's in New York, so of course it would be different out there. But I want to ride
New York's
a bike.
more strict.
True, so maybe it wouldn't be as hard.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to your story, because I feel like we went off track.
I was gonna mention something about that second movie, but now I forgot.
Okay, so it never went.
Dear.
It never took off. You were supposed to ride, and did you even do that scene?
No.
No.
No filming it actually ever happened. They didn't even get financed.
Wow.
You can also ride in the sidecar too. Oh yeah, have you seen those new Harley trikes?
What is
my god.
What is it?
The new Harley Davidson, basically, well, they're not really sidecars, but they do have a sidecar. They're so nice nowadays. It's like luxury motorcycles now.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's so cool.
We have a Harley Davidson shop not too far from my house, and every once in a while I'll go in there and just fucking drool.
I want to, like, I don't know, I just want to I want to fill on some bikes. I want to ride them. Oh my god.
Welcome back, Willie. Big Willie.
In the
How's it
house.
hanging, Willie? Oh, there you go. Victor Hernandez says, my brother is a certified shooting instructor and he understands low vision shooting. In LA County, that is how I learned to shoot. I learned from my brother.
Well, that's the thing. I don't have vision, so I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they would allow me to send. I don't know. I just have to find the right place.
Well, here's the thing to remember too. In armed forces, in basic training, you have to be able to disassemble, shoot, and reassemble, clean, everything with your gun.
Yeah, you have to know it inside and out.
Yep. Period. What? Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I don't think I would have done nearly as much with my life in the short 12... Wait, how long has it been? Since 2003. Almost 20 years. Then that's almost halfway. Half my life. It's as if I completely started a new life since losing my sight.
It's weird when you wrote a comment, it says my name, but it's you. It's Whistler that wrote that quote. Thank you. I didn't see that comment. She said she's so freaking cute. I know she's not talking about me. She's talking about Chunky. Yeah, she is a cutie. I love that dog. Yeah, that's Chunky, Victor.
Oh, that's right, Chris. Yeah, we've had many conversations of firearms.
Who said that?
Chris.
Oh.
Oh, well, he said he knows guns as well.
Oh, okay.
Guns actually are not, once you understand the basic concept of how a gun works, you're pretty much good.
What does he mean I have a leak?
I have no idea. Where do you see that?
After he says I know guns as well. Like weak, W-E-A-K. What do you mean by that, Chris?
I have a weak. Interesting.
That's cool, Willie.
He has a weak period. Maybe his flow isn't too flowy.
Okay. That's the end of the comments. So what happened after? Did you want to keep going, or because I feel like there's more that you've got to say.
We still haven't gotten to modern time.
Exactly.
Nowadays, future, present time.
Present.
Present time. So recently what I've been going through is well, I'll say how it started. At the end of May, it was like May 28th or 29th, I woke up because I couldn't breathe well. And so I called the ambulance and took a ride to the hospital.
Don't make me laugh at that. It's crazy.
And they thought that I was like swimming in a pool or something and just swallowed a bunch of water because I had so much.
Is that what they told you?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm like, all right.
I thought it'd be funny. So yeah, they discovered a shit ton of liquid around my heart and said, we gotta put you on dialysis. And so the next day they installed a chest catheter, and you can see it on my pop culture channel because I made a video of them changing the suture. And
I couldn't make it through the whole video. I can't even see, and I get like I don't know.
Wait till the next one, because the next one next Wednesday is going to be the fistula. The fistula implant. So that one's going to be weird because that one they have to cut my wrist open.
Oy.
And I'm sure it'll be micro incisions.
Yeah.
And then they're going to connect my artery to one of the veins.
Jesus. How long did they say this surgery should take?
No, they didn't say, but I'm going to guess maybe 30 minutes. I don't know. 30 to an hour and a half, I'm going to say.
Okay.
But that's got potential to be bloody because that's an artery.
Yeah. Whistler, you're cool people and everything, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sit through that one.
So that'll be fun.
It's weird, right? I can give birth to 3 babies, but getting my blood drawn, I'm out. Like, I need to lay down. I don't know what it is. I think it's from going through so much with my eyes growing up when they were doing so many tests and needles in my eyes and things like that. That it might be from that.
Probably.
But anyway, Go ahead. Enough about me.
So, after they installed the chest catheter, the next day I started a 5-day stint of dialysis for 3 hours each. And then a 2-day break, and then I got out of the hospital and then had to go to a dialysis clinic, or I don't know what you call them, a dialysis
Center.
center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll work. Dialysis center, and then get set up there. And I've been doing that ever since, 3 days a week.
So physically, how have you been feeling since the dialysis compared to before having dialysis treatment?
Oh yeah, that's one thing that I put on my Twitter. You guys can follow at Theory O Blind Man. Just saying. But yeah, like paying attention to how I feel now versus how I was before I went into the hospital the first time.
Oh, I've
where I
noticed
called
it. I
it
just wanted you to say it.
Huh?
I've noticed it. You're a lot more like energetic.
Yeah, it's totally different. It's like I didn't know. How did I phrase it? I didn't know how bad I felt
Until you felt better?
until I felt better. Yeah. And I
That's
didn't feel
crazy.
better until I got on dialysis.
Right.
So it's like this weird addiction. Like I want to feel better. I want to feel better.
Yeah. That's a good
So
thing. I'm so
now
glad.
the awesome thing is my transplant list that I'm on, because I'm special, shouldn't be that long.
We know.
Shouldn't be that long. So 18 to 24 months at the most, he said. I'll be getting 2 kidneys and a pancreas, 2 turntables and a microphone, and I should be good.
That is
Like,
awesome. A
I
blessing.
won't be diabetic. The biggest thing, and it hit me like a week later after he told me about the transplant list, I was like, wait a second, a new pancreas. That means
No more diabetes.
no more fucking insulin shots. No more pricking my finger.
That's so motivating. I know that has to be like the drive for you now.
Oh yeah.
You're almost
Oh,
there. You're,
yeah.
what, 2 months in now to dialysis, or what? What is it now?
Not even a month and a half. I started in the beginning of June.
Beginning of June. You're
Yeah.
there, though. That's crazy. Even that much time is.
July
Each day is
16th.
Mm-hmm.
So 46 days
Wow.
approximately.
You got to get up at 5 tomorrow.
I have
You
to
gotta
get
be
up
there
at
at
4.
5. Yeah, that's crazy. At least it's close to your house. That's a good thing.
Yeah, 2.6 miles away.
And how do you feel once you get out of there? Are you tired? Are you like? Can you explain that to them? And how you
It's
feel
been
when you
different.
first got out? Yeah.
The majority of the time, I felt really good.
Mhm.
There's been a few times where I felt really tired and drained. I just come back home and I fall asleep for several hours.
Yeah.
And there's one time
Mhm.
where I came out and I just felt extremely nauseous. Never got sick, but I just felt nauseous the whole day.
Like your stomach was unsettled.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Are you nervous about the surgery? Are you ready for it? The fistula one. I mean.
I haven't decided.
Okay.
If I just sit there and they usually don't describe step by step what they're doing. So I'm basically just sitting there. My arm's gonna be numb. I'm not gonna feel anything.
You are awake.
But-
You're going to be awake for it.
Yeah, I'll be awake.
Do you want to be awake for it?
Well, this is what I'm thinking. That I want to record it. I want to make a video of it. So if I do that, I'm gonna want the surgeon to describe it as he's going.
Yeah.
So is that going to change my perception of what's going on? And is it,
So, in mid-surgery, Whistler, like, flops over.
yeah.
Oh, my God. No,
Yeah, I think it'll
you're
be
brave. You're a brave
it'll be
soul.
fun.
No, okay.
I can't wait until the transplant surgery.
Now that.
That's going to be
that's a blessing.
fascinating.
Yeah.
if I could be able to record that, but I think I'll be out for that one.
Oh, yeah, possibly, you know. Do you know details on that yet? Like how long the surgery is, anything like that? Probably not.
No.
No, okay. It's coming, though.
I don't even know what time my fistula surgery is. They're going to call me the day before. I'm like, okay, this is what time we got.
Yeah. You'll be in surgery 2 days before my mom.
Yeah.
Crazy.
2 days after my birthday.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
Time is crazy. Time is just going by. I think it's crazy.
Yeah, this year's gone by so fast.
Yeah. So is there anything else you want to share with us about your journey, or just anything you want to say to people? You know, encouraging words, anything? Or just anything at all?
I think one of the scariest and hardest things that I had to learn to do was shave.
Shave? Really? That was scary for you?
Well, here's the thing. I didn't start growing a beard until after I lost my sight.
That's convenient. Really?
Yeah. So I had baby skin until I was 25.
Yeah, some
And then
later.
I don't know what happened. I grew up or something. Grew some balls. Got some hair.
Became a big boy. Yeah.
But yeah, like the whole shaving cream, and I had what was called a butterfly blade.
What is that? I don't even know.
It's basically a two-sided straight blade that bends inside of a handle.
That sounds scary. Okay, I know what those are. I just
Yeah.
pictured it as you said that.
And so that was really difficult.
Probably the wrong one to start with.
Well, plus you don't feel when the blades are so fucking sharp nowadays. You don't feel when you cut yourself.
Oy, till after. Yep.
Yeah, it's like, hey, maybe you shouldn't wear white t-shirts.
So how long did it take you to really master that? Like, did you just start getting comfortable with it after a few months?
No, it's really weird. I've never cut myself shaving. I was just
Sweet.
scared shitless of doing it.
So do you have any tips for guys out there learning to shave?
Electric.
Electric.
Yeah.
Okay.
Electric razor to start.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would just be kind of like to break your own ice type of thing.
Yeah.
And then I would go to like a 5-blade Mach 5 or something that's got a lot of flex to it.
Okay.
Because then those are really hard to cut yourselves with.
A Mach 5?
Yeah, like the Gillettes.
Right. Yeah,
The
my
ones
son
that
uses
flex.
the Mach 3, but he uses the
Mm.
disposables.
Ooh.
He's trying to learn, so I don't know what to buy him, so now I'm gonna try to get him one of those.
Oh my god, what's it called? DollarShave.com. Go to Dollar Shave.
Really? Okay.
Yup. They got some great shit. Really cheap too.
Nice. Never even.
Because all these main name brand stuff,
Mm-hmm.
they all do what's called private labeling. So basically, they buy a product from somebody else and put their label on it.
Oh, that's nice.
That's why name brands are so expensive.
Yeah, that's the name. Crazy.
Dub, Blind Life.
Mm-hmm.
Blind Life, lol. That was supposed to say, I have several guns, lol. What was supposed to say that? Don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not sure either. I'm going back to see. Oh, because he said I have a week. Remember, I was asking what did that mean? I think he's referring to that. Maybe it posted before he could correct and finish what he was saying.
Yeah, but how do you mistake weak for several guns?
I don't know. I mean, that's the only thing that...
It would have to be, except that's the previous one. You better be knocked out when that's happening. Yeah,
Victor
you know.
knows about Dollar Shave. Yeah, that'd be the bright idea would be to be out for that one. Yeah.
I think I would feel like Ray Liotta and Hannibal. Somebody who can record it for you, maybe. Yeah, you know, supposedly major surgeries are all recorded internally anyway, but I think it'd be a cool perspective that I'm holding the camera on the operation.
No, dude, take a tripod or something. You're insane. They're okay with it, right? Obviously, they're okay with it.
Yep,
Like
dollar
you're
shaped
recording.
box. I don't like where would I put the tripod though, because you know you got the nurses, you got the drug me pleasiologist, you got the doctor.
I don't know. That's a good question. You can always ask them, though.
By then, my chest catheter would be out, so I could wear my chest mount camera.
I was just thinking that, but I don't know, would that get the angle?
Yeah, because it pivots. Mine pivots. Remember, yours doesn't. You got the whack one.
I don't know what the hell I got. You know where it's at? It's in my drawer, Whistler. Piece of crap thing. It just goes up and down, and it reminds you of like, it looks like it's shaped like an elephant trunk. That's it.
Wow.
What's that gonna do? Yeah, whatever.
I wish that I would have gotten all my eye surgeries on video too, though. Because the eye is so fascinating.
I know, it's crazy. Even all the parts you were just mentioning,
Yeah.
of what was going on, like I don't know, that's a lot. Did I ever tell you Aiden, my youngest, he scratched my cornea when he was 4 months old? Yeah, he did that. I went down, I was changing his diaper. I went down to kiss him and play with him, and he reached up and he was like giggling and like he did it on purpose. I'm like, oh, really? My eye was like swollen shut. I told him about that today, and I was like, yeah, all you did was giggle, and he giggled again. I'm like, that's not funny. It was crazy.
Well, I hope you at least kissed him after you changed his diaper.
It was after his diaper was on and everything. And I went down, when you go to pick them, when you go down to pick them up, and I was kissing him, and that's when he like grabbed for the eye. I guess he found it fascinating my eye was moving or something. Whatever. It's a story that I had to share. I let it off my chest now. But you'll have to keep us updated on your next surgery, how that goes. On the 21st, right?
Yep.
Let us know how that goes. I guess, you ready to wrap up now? Is there anything?
Sure.
Are you sure there's nothing else you'd like to share before we go?
Not that I can think of.
All right. Well, it was really nice having you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it, and I appreciate your story. I really think that can give people hope and inspiration. I mean, just, you never know whose heart you can touch, or,
Exactly.
open someone's eyes to something. And just giving other people the knowledge, people who are sighted, just giving them a glimpse into our quote-unquote normality and our struggles that we go through.
Yep.
And I always like educating people on that. Some people think all blind people see black or dark, and that's not true either. We all have different blindnesses. It affects us in different ways, physically, as well as mentally and emotionally, obviously. But so always ask questions. As long as someone's open to questions. I'm open to questions as long as they're not like, hey, how do you have sex? Because I've been asked that. Or how do you put your clothes on? It's like, one leg at a time, like you. But I figure it's better to ask than to assume.
Yeah,
And
sure.
So for those of you out there, don't give up hope no matter what struggles you're going through. Keep fighting the fight, because you don't have any other option. You don't. And like I said in my quote, let your struggles be your strength, because I strongly believe in that. I wouldn't be the same person. I feel I wouldn't be the same person if I didn't lose my sight. I don't know how I'd be, but I'm okay with who I am. I'm happy with who I am now. It's, you know, and the
Do you
people I've
think?
met.
Do you think if you got your sight back, you'd change again? Or, yeah, that's what I've been trying to think too. Is like, if I got my sight back, because it is possible.
Anything's possible, but I don't, just because of not just my blindness, but life experience that I've had, and being homeless and going through my relationship, and the life experience doesn't leave us. Do you know
Exactly.
what I mean? The stuff we have been through doesn't leave us, I wouldn't think. And I've been this way since I was 10, and I feel like this is who I am now. You know?
Yeah.
And honestly, this past couple of weeks, I'm going to tell you, I barely found. This is going to sound so Oprah soapbox-ish, but I barely found me in my strength.
Mm.
I don't feel guilty about feeling a certain way, and I don't want to, how do I say this? I'm not a pity party. I'll never be that. And I feel like I haven't shown my strengths enough, and I want to show people that it's going to be okay. You know, like, you lose your sight or whatever struggles you're going through, it's about mindset. You know, it's mind over matter all the time, no matter what you're going through. And it's hard to say, you know, some struggles are harder than others, so you can't just feel better. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Well, there's something to say about product of environment. Like, if you're around negative people, you're going to be negative. If you're around, well, if you're around, instead of that, why can't you be the starting point?
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you be that positive thing. You be the positive point that the people are around a positive environment.
Right. And then it hopefully will rub off, you know. But yeah, I do appreciate you being here, all of you in the comments. Please check out his channels, Theory of a Blind Man, Pop Culture, in the description. Both of the links are, I totally said that Star Wars backward-ish. And please like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you know. So yeah. And I will be coming back on Fridays. Like I said, it won't be every Friday. I'm not going to commit to that yet, because I'm just getting used to StreamYard still. But I do want to have shows with different people and just learning about them, their experiences, or whatever they'd like to share as far as their story. So I will catch you soon. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for being here, and I don't know. Goodbye. Bye for now.